all know that LSRW, all these four things are required for you to gain fluency, but there are a lot of
Mhm,
people who do not like reading or who are not too much into writing. So, what do
mhm.
you think? Do they have to do all of the four practices to become fluent? What are the benefits of doing each of the different practice? Okay.
All right.
The next question is, when can a person assume that he has entered the intermediate stage? Because people keep assuming I'm a beginner, even though they are able to
Mm.
frame proper sentences, they are able to put words together properly and express their thoughts, but still they assume that I'm still a beginner. So when can they assume that they have reached the B1 level?
Actually, the fun thing here is that in India, I've hardly met a true beginner. All the students are actually false beginners. They're not exactly beginners. For a second, I was thinking what went wrong. Anyways, good that we have it in control now. So, good
Okay.
afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How about you?
So I'm doing pretty well as well. I'd been sick for the past week.
Oh,
Down with fever, and I still have a sore throat, so I've been better.
okay. All right, all right. So you're slowly feeling better.
Yes, yes, better today.
Okay, okay. So is it because of the weather?
I guess it's because of the weather, yeah. The only reason I can think of.
Yes, everybody's catching a cold now, now that it's the onset of winter, I can imagine. All right,
Mm.
then. This is our first session. Let me start by introducing myself. I'm Renjita. I'm a TESOL TEFL certified English trainer moving into my 12th year in the field of education. And is there anything else that you would like to know about me?
Oh, not exactly. That's enough for now.
Great. So, can I know a
Okay,
little bit about you?
sure. As you know, as you can see, my name is Shanta. I'm joining to you from Karnataka. I'm a TEFL
Mhm.
certified spoken English trainer. I worked as a trainer for a brief period of time, around I think 6 to 8 months. Then I started my YouTube channel. So for the past 2 years, I'm creating content for my YouTube channel, which is English with Shanta. But by
Mhm.
qualification, I'm an engineer. By passion, I'm a YouTuber. So that's what I'm doing as of now.
All right. So, English with Shantha.
Yes, that's right.
Wow, great. Would love to check that out. And 2 years, quite a long period.
Yes, it's been 2 years now.
Great. All right. May I know where you're from?
I'm
If you
from
don't mind
Karnataka.
disclosing.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I gathered that, as in where in Karnataka are you from? If you don't
Uh,
mind
d-
disclosing.
Definitely no, because I don't take the city's name because it's a small city called Raichur. So
I've heard.
yeah, I
That's in
live
the
in Raichur.
northern part of Karnataka, is it?
It is, yes. Where are you
Oh,
from in India?
I'm from Kerala,
Okay.
but I've lived in Karnataka for around 4 or 5 years. So yeah,
Okay.
four
Where did
years.
you live in Bangalore?
Coorg.
You lived in Coorg. Wow. Okay. Did you enjoy it there?
Oh, yes, I still miss those days. I still do. It's been close to 5 years since we shifted, but oh my
Mhm.
God, I still miss the place.
Yes. I
It
think the
was it,
weather is the same, right? Kerala, Coorg, similar kind of weather.
Kerala's hotter, to be very frank. Yeah,
Okay.
Coorg is
So you
way
don't
more
belong to
pleasant.
the those areas of Kerala where they show a lot of trees and lakes and all. Do you belong from there?
Trees and lakes, yes, but weather is not very pleasant. It
Okay.
gets really hot in the right now. It's not really hot. So we normally say there are three weather conditions here: hot, hotter, and hottest. So right now we are in the hot phase. It's going to get hotter, and yes, the hottest is just around the corner. I would say around April.
Mm.
But yeah, compared to that, Coorg was amazing. It was a wow.
Yes,
I still miss those days. So I think that itself explains how
yes, it's
energizing that
it's in
experience
my
was in my
bucket
home.
list. So
Ah,
yeah, it's in my bucket list. I want to visit Coorg. So let's see.
spend at least a day or two there. You need to feel the place. I wouldn't say there are
Mm.
a lot of sights to view. More than that, it's about being there and living there and getting to know the culture in deep. It was amazing. So, yeah,
Okay, I
wouldn't have
think
had
it's
it any other
pretty, culturally very rich, I guess. And it's raining most of the time. Do you enjoy that kind of weather?
Well, since I'm from Kerala, I think it's built into my system, so I'm used to it. So I
Okay.
gather it's very different for you in the northern part of Karnataka.
Yes, yes. It is hot, tropical. So it's hot most of the time.
Okay, okay. So Raichur is not towards the coastline; it's on the other side, right?
It's on the other side. Yes, it's on the other side.
But it's
Yeah,
still it's
I
hot.
have to travel. Yeah, it is really hot, and I have to travel at least 8 to 10 hours to reach a beach, nearest beach. So we are
Oh,
far from it.
that far. Okay, okay, okay. All right. But I have learned about this place, but I've never visited. Tell me, what is it special? What is it famous for?
It's not famous for anything as such. Really,
Oh,
I cannot, promote anything about Raichur. But only
uh-huh.
thing is that we have Mantralayam. It's like 30
Mhm,
kilometers from my place. So it's a
mhm,
devotional place. So quite
mhm,
famous throughout India. So that is the
mhm.
only thing I can boast of. But other than that, there's nothing worth seeing in my city here.
All right. Are you born and brought up there, or did you move there recently?
No, I was born and raised in Bellary. There's another
Oh,
city in
yeah, yeah.
Karnataka called Bellary. Okay.
Yes,
I
yes.
was born and raised there. I was born in different city, but I was raised in Bellary, and now I live in Raichur. I've lived in Bangalore as well. I've lived
Uh-huh.
in different parts of India, actually, Maharashtra. Then I've lived in Chennai. I've lived in
Oh,
Australia, but now finally,
okay.
I call this home.
All right. So you are amongst those rarest of the rare crowds who have decided to come back to India.
Yes, I'm one of
Kind of
them.
meaning?
You can say I'm very deeply rooted to
Mm-hmm,
India, and you can call me an emotional person.
mm-hmm,
I cannot stay away from my family, and vice versa. They were too
mm-hmm,
much like, come back, we cannot be without you, and those sorts. And I was also missing India, the small things about India, food, culture, people, everything, everything. So I did not feel at home there. I was feeling lonely, a few health conditions, etc., etc. So we thought it was wise enough to move back to India.
That's great. That's great. Moving abroad has never been my cup of tea ever, but then it still fascinates me because there are a lot of people who rave about it. There's so much of hype
Yeah.
around moving abroad. And for somebody to have taken that decision of coming back, so I always wanted to talk to them, but unfortunately, I'm not surrounded by even one of such people. You're the first. It's good.
Yes, yes. Many people who talk to me, they think like, are you stupid? Like you had your citizenship, I mean, you had your residency, permanent residency, but still you chose to come back. And why did you do that? Because it's luxurious. Life is very comfortable, including
Mm,
everything. Only I think the healthcare facility is better in India. Yes,
mm,
the standards are better there, but then you'll have to wait for the appointment. For the
mm,
GP, it's okay, you can consult it at your own wish. But then if you have some treatments, some dental appointments, which are very expensive, and you will
mm,
have a lot of time to wait for it, like 3 months or something, and very expensive unless you have that citizenship.
mm,
So it was not only that was the only problem. But other
mm.
than that, it's lovely. Nobody would imagine coming back to India.
Mhm. But the heart wants what it wants, right? I mean, if
It does.
you miss your family, then what's the whole point? But I don't think I know enough to even weigh in here, but because I've never lived abroad. But yeah, but
Do you
I
fancy sometimes if you get an
sorry.
opportunity? Do you fancy going? If you get an opportunity, would you go?
Well, to be very, very frank, now this is going to come on YouTube, right? But it's okay. Tell you, let me. Uh, Deep inside, no, I've never fancied living abroad. But right now, in my uh, so currently facing the midlife crisis and being a little worried about future and all that,
Mm,
I'm definitely considering options if I get a better pay. So my son's he's still in school, but maybe so when I think about his college and things like that, and how I would manage to pay for his education in case if he wants to do something, out of the box. So those thoughts, when those creep in, yes, I do consider them. But deep inside, never really fancied staying
mm.
abroad.
Yes, maybe visiting abroad is something everybody fancy, but going
Yeah.
and settling in a different country, especially when you're getting old, you feel like let's go back home. For the children, for their future, yes, it's definitely good because they have a choice, and every profession is valued equally and paid
Mm,
pretty well. Okay, there is even workers and everything, they are paid really well. But in India, you do not have dignity of labor for the people who are doing petty jobs. They have no respect and they do not earn enough money. But abroad, it's not the case. Everyone is valued, respected, and paid really well. So that's there. And the maid culture, what we have in India, you don't have it abroad. They're very expensive. Like per hour, they're going to charge you something, and it's really expensive there. In India, I think we have a luxurious life living at home. We can afford a cook, we can afford a maid. That's not the case
Mhm.
abroad.
Well, in that case, it's not going to make a lot of difference for me. I don't have either. So I
Oh,
think life might not change much then for me. But,
yes.
anyways, yeah,
Yes. And
let's
also
see.
my daughter was just she was just 1 year old, and I thought like when she grows up, definitely she will not like returning to India and she will not
Mm.
adjust here. She will
Yeah,
hate it, or she might think it's dirty and it's not clean, and who are these people, if she doesn't recognize the grandparents or she doesn't bond with them. So that was my deep down, I was feeling bad about it because I'm the only girl child in the family, and
yeah.
I
Mhm.
really wanted my kids to get all the love from everybody in my family. We have a big family. So I
Mm.
thought I'm depriving her of that love. And she has to just be with me or go to daycare just for time pass. I didn't want
Mm.
that future for her.
Mhm. That is very true. There's no way you can inculcate that life, that love in them once they are old enough to recognize and understand those minute things that you just mentioned. It'll be difficult for them to adjust in a new country.
Yes. Yes.
Like,
And I think we
so
have to prioritize them being happy rather than
yes,
future and all of that. They have to grow
that's
up in a happy household around people. And I think people make family, and they shape what you become in the future, the kind of love you get in your childhood. So that
true.
was my priority, one of the reasons.
Great. That's great. It's actually good to know. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people, when they listen to me, also often ask me like, "This is not what we thought you will end up doing, or this is not what we thought that you will be, or where you will be." And I say, I never mentioned anything else. I never mentioned going abroad or settling abroad. Why would you think that way? Like, when did I even mention it? So yeah, so people always have their own set of assumptions about you, but as long as you know and you have the clarity of what you want, or at least what you don't want. In your case, you did not want your daughter to have that phase in life, so I think we are good to go. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I
Well, I
think
think
I
we assume different things because when I was a kid, I loved going abroad. Not in the
Mhm,
sense of settling abroad, but the thought of going and living abroad, that would fascinate me a lot. But when you
mhm,
go live, then I think experiences change you. They shape
mhm,
you and they make you decide what you want and don't want eventually.
mhm,
So I think
mhm.
priorities change. Your thinking changes as you grow.
That's true. That's true. That's happening to me now, so I'm going in the other direction. Actually. All right. So, how long were you there?
I lived there around 8.5 years.
Okay, that is long enough to make a very judicious decision, I'm sure.
Yes, yes, long
Right.
enough.
Yes, yes. All right, then. So, shall we jump into the session notes?
Okay, yeah. Is it possible for me to ask a few queries that my audience has, so that
Oh, yes,
you have a
definitely.
lot of expertise. So I would love to hear your ideas or your suggestions on those questions. Can we do that?
Oh, yeah, yeah, we would love to. Well, let's then completely do away with the session notes and let's take that up.
Yes,
But
let's do that.
hopefully,
Okay.
hoping that my contributions will benefit your audience.
Yes, I hope so too. So now we all know that LSRW, all these four things are required for you to gain fluency, but there are a lot of
Mhm,
people who do not like reading or who are not too much into writing. So, what do
mhm.
you think? Do they have to do all of the four practices to become fluent? What are the benefits of doing each of the different practice? According to me, I think even listening would do if you want fluency. But I would love to know from you why they should do even reading and writing.
Well, to have a well rounded understanding of the language, you need all the four skills. There is no other way around it. But in today's world, do you really need to have that well-rounded understanding of the language? I don't think so. It's just a tool for communication. So I think listening and speaking works. But that again depends on what you are doing. So if you are somebody who drafts a lot of academic essays, who would probably is sitting for presenting a lot of research papers, then I think a well-rounded understanding is important. So it varies according to your profession, right? So,
Right.
and another very important factor that I've noticed lately is that very, very few people enjoy reading.
Mm.
And if you do not enjoy that practice, why force yourself to do something? Then you will end up hating the whole process of s- language learning. And that's not what I am looking for in any of my learners. So I often tell them, if you do not enjoy reading, just set it aside. There are multiple other ways. Why would you want to torture yourself? Let's look at the other options that are available to us. So the problem is, the minute they take the book in their hand, they feel bored, they set it down, and they start scrolling on their phones, and they'll feel disappointed afterwards. So why put yourself through all that trouble? So listening and speaking works. But that again depends on what your profession demands and what you want from life. So yeah, you have to answer those questions first and then decide whether to go for the LNS or whether to go for the whole four.
Mm.
That's my answer. What do you think?
Yeah, again, it depends on the goal of the person. If they are just aiming at speaking fluently English, then I think listening and speaking would work. But
Mm,
then you want to master all the nuances, you want to become a trainer or something, or you have other goals, then I think reading enhances your vocabulary like no other practices.
mhm.
It also depends on the kind of input you choose, but in general I think reading is an active process where you have to be actively involved in it, but listening is something which you're not very active when you're listening because you're
Mm,
distracted, your eyes are open, you do something else along with the listening. But then if
mm,
you are so dedicated, you can sit down and listen properly, you can do that. But I think reading is more active process. But
mm,
many people do not enjoy reading. They
mm,
get bored, they feel sleepy. So likewise, even I say you have to enjoy the process.
yeah.
Even for listening or watching, it's not mandatory that you listen to only to trainers or the people who are telling you how to learn English. You can just
Yes.
listen to anything, podcasts, stories. You can listen to vlogs also, so that you can learn more things about your daily routine or what people do regularly in their life. So it is
Mm,
important for you to enjoy. Even I say the same thing to my learners. It depends
mm.
on your goal ultimately.
Yes, that's true. Very, very true.
Why do
Sorry.
struggle? I'm not good at writing, but I want to keep this practice. How do I
Mm,
do? If you don't enjoy it, it's okay, no problem. You can
mm.
continue only with listening and speaking.
And we have so many tools available today. Not even a problem, actually.
Yes, yes, not even a problem. You can just ask anything to AI and get it done.
So might as well choose the smarter option rather than putting yourself through a lot of trouble when you have other priorities right in front.
That's
It's
true.
about making smart decisions. But if you have the time and energy for it, nothing like it. Yes, as you said, there is nothing as good as reading, as you said, the distraction aspect as well as the input that you receive, the amount of active knowledge that you're feeding your brain. There is nothing better. That is 100% true.
So, do you enjoy reading? Do you read books?
I used to love, but right now I'm looking at a stack of around 7 books, which has not been touched by me. Just the first one. Just yesterday, I rearranged and dusted the stack and kept it exactly like that. Like right now, I'm looking at that table. So I used to love reading. I'm not a, I wouldn't call myself a voracious reader, but I used to love reading. And it used to be a habit of mine that I used to finish a bundle of books and then just used to dump them in an airbag, a duffel bag. And then I would just, sorry, what was I thinking? Sorry, a duffel bag. Sorry for the airbag. And then I used to take it to I have a trusted bookstore. Wherever I live, I'll have one place like that. And I would just take it to them, sell it, and buy another bundle of books. So I'll get some discount in return. And this was my usual practice. And wherever I go, I find one person, one store wherein I can do this. But lately, so these books have been with me for quite some time and I've still not got my next tag. It's still the same. So I know that I am not doing a good job. Too many
Hmm.
things. So yeah.
Yes. Why do you think so? Why did you get out of the habit of reading? Because even I used to read a lot, and even when I lived abroad, there was a library where I could go just borrow a book with your card and finish it, give it back. That is the thing I miss most about living there. Because around me,
Mm,
I do not have a library where you don't have to spend money for to read like expensive books, whatever. You have everything in the library, whatever
mm,
genre you want, you can choose, bring it. and whenever you want you can return. There is no, yeah, there is to be a date by which you can return. If you want you can just go to them and ask them that I've been finished it, can I have it again? So you can have the
Hmm.
books, you can do
Hmm.
that. So but here books are pretty expensive, you have to buy, and second hand store I don't trust that much. So
Hmm.
I got out of the habit, and moreover the phones took over, and there is so much to watch, then why will I go back to reading? So that's how I got out of the habit of reading. What about you?
Hmm. Same here. Primarily is this one device right here. Secondly, so there was a major shift in my familial side. There was a lot of change around my work pattern that decided a lot of things for me. So my familial responsibilities have changed drastically over the past 8 9 months. So which is one of the reasons why I'm on an online platform right now. So that is also one of the reasons why I'm not able to find the same level of stability that I used to. Yeah.
Yes. And now, no
Battling to.
matter how much I try, I'm not able to do it. Maybe a page or two, but I'm not able to get back into the habit of reading now.
That's true. That focus and the attention span that you can dedicate has actually come down. I think it's
Um,
time we accept the reality. So it has, and I think the digital platforms had a lot to do with that. The social media platforms, absolutely.
Definitely. Really, hats off to the people who are still into the habit of reading, who are still voracious readers. Hats off to them.
Yes, really, they do inspire me, but somehow not yet to finish that stack. I would say.
Okay.
All right.
The next question is, when can a person assume that he has entered the intermediate stage? Because people keep assuming I'm a beginner, even though they are able to frame proper sentences, they are able to put words together properly and express their thoughts, but still they assume that I'm still a beginner. So when can they assume that they have reached the B1 level?
Actually, the fun thing here is that in India, I've hardly met a true beginner. All the students are actually false beginners. They're not exactly beginners because we have such exposure to this language from our childhood that there are very, very, very rare chance of an Indian being a true beginner. We actually know many words, whereas actually a beginner wouldn't know as many words as an Indian would. So we are actually very blessed in that way. But I do understand this feeling that the learners go through, wherein they still think that they are a beginner and they have not reached far enough. And another reason for this is because they often attribute more importance to accuracy than fluency. Probably they have heard it like that from their teachers or trainers in that very same direction. Can be that also. But if you can, as you said, I think you answered that question right there. You can frame sentences, you can put those words together for it to make meaningful sentences. I think we're good to go. And
Yes.
always, always fluency over accuracy. Any day, hands down. Yeah.
Hmm.
All right.
That's very
I would
nice.
like to ask you a quick question. So
Yes,
I've
please.
just
Go.
recently started my, I hope you don't mind.
No, no, no. I was just checking the time. We're almost running out of time. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So I have also started my YouTube channel lately, and I am this is very new. I've had the channel, but I never uploaded any content. But my learners kept telling me, just do it, just take that first step and do it. Stop thinking. So finally, I have somehow mustered the courage to. So any words of advice, pearls of wisdom?
Yes, only thing is you have to be consistent. If you take a break for a long period of time, it's not going to work out. At
Mhm.
least till you carve a niche for yourself, at least till people you have come to a substantial amount of subscribers, I would say you have to maintain consistency. I used to do every single day for 1.5 years. So only like 3 or 4 months ago, I had typhoid, I had dengue, so I had to take 1.5 to 2 months of bed
Oh,
rest. That's when I took a break. But people
okay.
like new things coming up every time.
Uh-huh.
They like to see more of you, and it's like
Mhm.
you just have to listen to them. You can see their reaction in terms of views, what they're liking and not liking. So you just have to fine tune yourself to their liking, and you just have to
Mhm.
be yourself on your channel, because that's
Mhm.
your USP.
Mm.
There's so much of competition, there's saturation, there's a lot of people who are coming up doing this thing. So I think you have to just be yourself. And coming to you're fabulous, you're friendly, and you're not intimidating
Thank
at
you.
all. I think
But the
just be
minute the
yourself.
camera is on, I'm very nervous. Somehow,
Mm.
the fact is that,
What do you
unfortunately.
intend to do? Something related to English?
Yeah, yeah, very much. This is my forte. This has been my forte. So, yeah, very much, very much. So, I'm
That'd be
slowly
wonderful.
trying to figure out a few strategies. But then again, editing is frustratingly uh, a time consuming process. So, I'm still figuring a lot out in that area, which is one of the reasons why I'm not being able to become that consistent. But
Mm.
hopefully, anyways, but
But
I'll
that's
definitely
okay,
keep that in mind.
yeah, you don't have to focus a lot on editing. Just if you provide the subtitles, that's more than enough. As in now your
Mhm,
channel grows, you can focus on the tiny things, but it's
mhm,
not something that you should be worried of when you initially start your channel. It's not required.
mhm.
Just
Thank you.
basic
Thank
way.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That means a lot. So I ask all my YouTuber learners if they have any words of advice for me. Anyway, thank you.
You will
Thank you so
learn.
much.
You will learn through experience more than any of us because everybody has their own different story, what worked for them. But when you
Mhm.
start, you will know what is working for you.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. All right. Okay, then.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope you have answered my question beautifully, and I hope I have answered yours also.
You have, but I have a long list of other questions as well.
Is it?
Maybe
All
next
right.
time I
Then we
can
should
ask you.
connect again soon, probably.
We'll do that. Yeah.
All
Lovely
right.
talking to you. Thank you so much for
Same
the
here.
session. Is there anything you would like to tell me in regards of feedback or something?
Well, I have to say you have an amazing command over the language, and what I appreciate the most is the rate of speech. So keep that going. No other errors, nothing highlighted. Normally, my chat box is wherein I write all the feedback. My chat box is actually empty. So I
Thank
think
you
that's
so
a good to
much.
go sign.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
Okay,
Bye bye. Have a good day.
thank you. Bye bye. It was great connecting with you.
Likewise.
Bye bye.
Bye.